Something they are letting her do that is really worrying me, viewers. It's worrying me. I'm so sad. I think that there's a desperation to show her on camera. And there's a desperation to show that she is doing something. So the trend these days is that the news will pick a story and say, Professor Jenano Opoku-Agyeman is going to visit somebody. I never seen this in the Fourth Republic. I've covered everything in the Fourth Republic. I've never seen this before. I've covered all the vice president. I've never seen this before. A vice president moves from the office of the president where she stays, and then she's going to visit minister and goes to sit in a minister's conference room and say, give me what? She went to visit minister for roads. The next week, Fourth Estate issued a statement that minister for roads is up to some serious breaches of procurement law. She didn't see that one.
Abuja for me mamu nyina makwaba e de bagana same TV so bombo de so be like video no be subscribe to the channel no what turn on notification say be next time videos of this nature ba also sabe ti makabi Ghana same TV ne wa ye abusua today ye of na person boy you can reach out to number that see no yen sabe kado be bia yen sabe kan ni beji panso na when you focus in be say so ya kwada aso oni panyi ebe yia na panyi be kwa ko ndo obetuni panyi na ko nemom umpom ene beche. You see Dr. Baumia I resist standard for vice presidency nti se oba be vice president puse na Ghana for do mani to hwe be drone delivery service ana wo de free SHS beba ana wo de Ghana card beba ana agenda 1 wo de beba ana kura ede kwa na wo de ba ubebo ama companies aye adwuma na wo head of economic management team na you see Baumia raise ba na soro du ba bia in fact ama vice president din aya akono embre bi atwam ne o president bo Ghana na on the vice president bi na mo konto call but as a president with China the vice president zoom but there is why you say but it was under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia Okyere and he was a vice president. It's me the drone delivery service at Bamani. You know, vice president, it's me the Ghana card back. Emani. Just say you can go on and on and on and on and on. Abu Boni na boy na de achi. And it's a Ghana for I raise a lot of concerns about Jenano Opoku-Agyeman Abusia. When was the last time I would say Jenano Opoku-Agyeman? When was the last time I would say Vice President of Ghana Krampo wako lanchi way and now the Ghana card biaba and all the card biaba and all the initiative biaba on the innovation biaba. When was the last time I would TB? Me TB there 2023 2020 2019 2018 that time no na me TB o. Me part was the last time I would say it's a Vice President of the Republic of Ghana baby. And you see, by force, antics binti. I'm not person more than share camera. You say, onye who ho. Never listen the vice president. Eku share road minister. Me abe publish it. The vice president, His Excellency Prof. Jenano Opoku-Agyeman went to meet the road minister. For what? How does that concern the ordinary Ghanaian? What are you bringing on board? Are we asking for too much? Abusia, yebusa bebrana. Oh. And your mom was a woman said, Ukana and this one Kamano would do attempts. Paul of the much express a concern about this. I will not even waste your time, Abusia. Young video number. The Coba also much margin, much margin, and I must.
Her Excellency, Professor Jenano Opoku-Agyeman says there's something they are letting her do that is really worrying me, viewers. It's worrying me. I'm so sad. I think that there's a desperation to show her on camera. And there's a desperation to show that she is doing something. So the trend these days is that the news will pick a story and say, Professor Jenano Opoku-Agyeman is going to visit somebody. I never seen this in the Fourth Republic. I've covered everything in the Fourth Republic. I've never seen this before. I've covered all the vice president. I've never seen this before. A vice president moves from the office of the president where she stays, and then she's going to visit minister and goes to sit in a minister's conference room and say, give me what? She went to visit Minister for Roads. The next week, Fourth Estate issued a statement that Minister for Roads is up to some serious breaches of procurement law. She didn't see that one. She didn't see that some of the companies that had been awarded big push had 1 employee and 2 employees from their Senate documents. She didn't see that one. So what's the purpose of her visit? Check this. Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman has toured the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, reaffirming President Mahama's commitment to expanding treatment and interventions for non-communicable diseases under the Mahama Care Initiative, including strengthening digital systems and the rollout of specialized cardiology centers nationwide. This is the visit. This is a photograph of the visit. She took her staff out of the Jubilee House. I'll show you the cars that they were riding in. She asked the Minister for Health to leave the health ministry and come. This is Samuel Ofuson-Pofu, her staff. This is Alex Segbefia, who is her staff. This is the CEO of the Mahama Care Trust, Obobia. And Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman went there to go and listen to, I don't know what it is. I don't know how she can't summon Obobia to come to the Jubilee House and explain to her anything she needs to understand, that she has to physically go there. And she's going to places and nothing happens when she goes. The information that she got when she went there, she can't be told. She's wasting taxpayers' money. I'll show you that she spends more money doing that. This is 16 January. Vice President Jenana Opoku-Agyeman arrives at the Transport Ministry to hold crucial discussions with the sector minister to find ways of tackling the transport crisis. And that meeting must be held at the minister's place. And the vice president, who is a high-profile person, moves with a lot of security, and they all have to move, spend your petrol, my petrol, and your petrol. They spend, you see, public officials don't look after themselves. So they have to exercise a lot of prudence in how they move about, how they travel, how they do all that, because they do not look after themselves. They don't buy their own travel tickets. They don't buy their own petrol. And that is fair. We understand. It is called the perquisites of their office. We understand it. The perquisites of their office, they can have it. But you can't misuse it. And I dare say that the vice president consistent visiting to public officials is a misuse of the public fund. Complete misuse of it. How can't a vice president summon somebody to come to her office and talk, and then she's visiting people? What's the meaning of that? I mean, why? Oh, Ghana. So this is January 16. Let me show you another one.
Bank of Ghana is supposed to be independent of government. Exactly.
Suppose, but is it?
The Bank of Ghana, according to our laws, regulations, and so on, does not take instructions from government. When it comes to its operations, it is independent or supposed to be independent. And in your politicians, you say, "Yeah, breso, ekoye, muma breso, ankoye, yeah, breso, ankoye, muma breso, ekoye, ni adeno." Politicians, one more catch is a sash share or one this one. One more catch.
Oh, that's obvious.
And see, I jia to Musa share, ya said that ye send your bay, ya sika 7 bekoye. Politicians, you know this one. Ya jia to Musa. And the engine to us as women. So parties meaning and she say, yes, say, and fan free sickers and Bank of Ghana and fan regulating sickers and the other woman, this would be. And I am sorry, me and quay, I send them.
When you say a press conference or send a Bank of Ghana, but majority of parliament in the area. And a minority super to do.
I can't know as my maker. If I'm who say, if I'm who baying, because the Bank of Ghana is supposed to be independent.
But is it?
Say, yeah, say, independent, yeah. And the one fashion bomb who are near who for Quayako. And only hear me decline. I did decline pay young. We have a say tree casa. And I say a casa. Now some say a mood, a moopy. I can't keep a boy. Kwame, when in here, I'm saying, when it is a media, and so I had a team, and now come and go on and near. Yeah, okay, in our sun class. Oh, saying I mean it. Okay. Kwame, when in here, and was true and him free, no yet doing a sika.
Yeah.
Now, Sikana Menyan, the DB Quakoto. Spectacles, much as any of them which me can't deal with. I don't know a couple.
There is only one.
Ain't Sagana, my year is yakope sika yakoye dwumade yakoye sika ni yesi ade wei anyway ni ade a yepese ye di sika no yo na se di sika no koyo a de na eyeka
fano inflation so mo ye adwuma se ebebo Ghana inflation who buy wo Ghana se ne be yan kosro pi anasa mo ye adwuma bia ebebo Ghana economy no mo ye se adwuma na ekebi bemu a central bank pie wo wi asemia omo di se adwuma yi to bia omo boka so obakai English mem Britain that you could Ghana and be mobile finance minister. So okay. Am I in ya energy hopa? Na so in the seas at time. Mo de she be buy ya pound sterling no a crash here. So okay. Bank of Ghana bought Samred said to save the British pound. And bank central banks we are seeing here. What is say Juman? To be on Moboka. It think a Bank of Ghana and so Abokan Kenya she. But who name? Kwame. Okay, Governor Addison.
Oh, very well. Immediate.
What is on also name brand a Kebi by. Now, Dr. Addison the bank, no much try and say. Samre. COVID did no nesa Ukraine in Tokwa, Russia and Tokwa. Na economy no echo ahun here mo pa. International Bank of Ghana ebemu to save the economy that time. A fan of fuel, a fan of oil, no electricity. Na niema pi bia na ekochima. International mo bemu. Wa mo boka 60 billion somewhere. So kind of you know this for kind. Ibi kwasi governor na yenche. I say me be kind. And some to force in the pump for kind who be true. It's just 2-3 years ago. So it was happening.
Nana.
And on Timo Bank of every central bank, to be a carbon. So na ka bear mumre bia etwa bi so udum so mama am kan enti enne no muso mo akwakoboka so bra muso mo obi anka
Obi anka
enti problem no wo say wo no what drink that for tie ukwa ya kutu microphone for kutu am fine
ni aso na person ni shebe ko
no tie it's 70 pia enne amom ho akire om ni nya agina omo nsam om kekan yo
me tade e bia 10 cities a na sesia no eye
e bia ntumu
beba it should be about 10 points 30 pesos
10 pesos
it should be about 10 pesos it shouldn't be say e be cut 12 cities
2 years ago na me turn 8 cities na me turn 12 cities meanwhile so no ye to oman ye dollar ye cedi
oman I am basing on the analogy say the rate at which the increase say me 2024 23%. And no, if a Niama be increase, it's increasing at 23%. Which means say a bona also be count. I say a content term.
I could tell you Niama ye digina so me de to Niama munyina bafom. What is the basis?
Basic thing.
Say I was idea where you tum petrol ye the lorry fare etwa de me boakonta. Say the lorry fare etwa de. Because nipa me say Niama no ye no. So kwa fa de kwa gu ni shop odi gu kam. Car na odi gu no car ni to petrol. It was to petrol ni ato petrol mu a obeto lorry fare mu. And then yen to petrol mu yen esokrati.
That's right.
Me boa. It is a me koto pure water. Me top pure water 8 cedis 2 years ago and a year ago. Necessary time now not a inflation one your top petrol 14 cedis a liter and then petrol nam ebia 13 and 12 now inflation nam 23% not dollar nam 15 cedis any other day na me to no kra na me to pure water a bag back 8 cedis na se nyame ya dom dollar na free 14 cedis and 15 cedis about 11 petrol no ate
about 2 cities a free.
Yes, inflation no at by 20%
points.
Let's still 2 pure water anymore 12 cities.